Hey guys, welcome to the show. I am so excited today. I'm here in Burbank, California, inside my friend Walter Afanassieff's private recording studio. He's the guy who produced My Heart Will Go On, the soundtrack for Titanic. He's the one that really crafted so many great songs from Mariah Carey, from A Vision of You to Hero, and of course, co-writing the best Christmas song of all time, All I Want for Christmas Is You. And I gotta tell you, I was so humbled when I called him to do a couple of tracks on my new album, Destiny. So he's right there. I wanna go and talk to him and see what he's up to. So let's go and check it out. How are you?
Hi, Omar. How are you?
Nice to see you.
Well,
Wow.
that's so lovely that you were walking in right when I was playing something really, really horrible.
He never plays anything horrible.
I don't know what I was playing.
It
wasn't a hit
sounded-
song, that's for sure.
We walked in, and I gotta tell you, I love when I walked in, just seeing your new studio. I just love the new studio.
We're setting it up. Yeah, it's really, really a wonderful new place for us.
So I'm sorry for dropping in on you like this, but I'm wondering if we could talk for a few minutes.
You will never drop in. Like, you're always welcome, Omar.
Thank
You're
you.
one of my favorite people on earth. So
I appreciate
you know.
that, Walter. Please. So let's talk about how we connected originally, where we met.
I think I have my version or whatever, and you have your version.
Well, we have a mutual friend.
I was at a party.
Yes.
And I think maybe this mutual friend that we both know.
Yes.
But we're both in a tuxedos, I
Yes.
remember.
Yes.
And you were with your wife, I was with my wife. At
Yes.
the time I wasn't even married to her. And we're at like walking around this giant property at this party. And,
Yeah.
and I remember you walking up to me going, "Hey, Walter, my name's Omar." And then eventually, if I may say, it led to our working together on your music.
Yes.
Let the days come and go.
Going back, I mean, I love your background because you're so, I'm Afghan American, as you know, I was born in New York.
Well, you were born here. I was born in Brazil
Yeah.
to Russian parents from Leningrad, and he was there during World War II. And as a result of the siege of Leningrad and all the yucky stuff that happened over there, my grandfather took everyone in my father's family and skedaddled out of there. But there was a moment that happened in my life. I love music, and I've been playing piano because we had a piano at home my whole life.
So it
was
just
like
came to you naturally,
just
right?
always
I mean,
natural.
Yeah. You were in the San Francisco Bay Area, right? I mean,
Yes, I was
doing your music. Were you in a band at that time? Because I want to see how did you start producing professionally?
Well, in the early 80s, it was a time where I was a struggling musician. Yeah, I was in a wedding band, but because I was the guy who was always arranging and kind of like leading the musical stuff in all my bands that I was in and so forth and so on, led me to be able to audition for two sort of big guys. The first audition that I did and got the job was for a very, very well-known French violinist, Jean-Luc Ponty.
oh, sure.
And
Yeah.
Jean-Luc Ponty was based out of LA, and my friend Randy Jackson, who was on American Idol, and he got me the audition, and I flew to LA, and I was so nervous and everything, and kind of woodshedded and learned all these songs that he had, and it was so hard. Oh my God. I'm right off the kind of the road with Jean-Luc, and I thought I was a little bit of a big deal, and Narda started auditioning musicians for his band in San Francisco. And I got to audition for him. but I didn't get the gig. Think of it. Oh man, my world was, that was it. Yeah. But what happened was is that because I didn't get the gig with Narada, a couple of guys started that dream band. And one night we asked Narada to sit in. And he became so in love with our band that he joined the band. So instead of me joining his band, Narada joined my band. The band was called The Warriors. And we were like a huge splash in the Bay Area. We started playing gigs and everything. And at the very same time, Narada Michael Walden was in the studio producing the up-and-coming artists like Whitney Houston. So he said, "Baby Love, man, you got to come to my studio and help me, let's write and let's, play on my records." And so I started hanging out in the studio with Narada. I started playing on all those Whitney Houston songs and Aretha Franklin songs, and like we did License to Kill for the James Bond movie. Like, I'm a James Bond songwriter. Wow, what a. So during those years, a very, very new artist came into our world. That the record company, they brought him this new artist named Mariah Carey. And it was her first album, and it was the first song, Vision of Love, and it was this thing that happened to all of our lives. And that experience opened every single door. So Tommy goes, "I want you to sign a deal with us. I want you to be a Sony producer. And secondly, I want you to become Mariah's songwriting partner and Mariah's producer." And I went, that's like winning the lottery, man.
Yeah. So that first album, I think, was one of the most successful albums, sold, I don't know how many millions.
The most successful Mariah Carey album is the album that she and I did. I think it was her third or fourth album, called Music Box. Literally sold like 30 million copies. And to this day, the Christmas song, it's like the biggest Christmas song.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, that goes to #1 every single year.
Well, here's the thing. Every single year it was 25 years of being the #1 Christmas song every year in the Christmas song category. It never went to the #1 top 100 until last year. That was the first time. So after 25 years of being released, it's like it broke some kind of a Guinness record that 25 amazing. Years after it was released, it went #1. So.
And they play that everywhere.
Yeah, it's
Christmas
cool.
time, that song is everywhere.
It's pretty special. Like I get to, enjoy the history like being part of something that very few people have ever done.
But I want to say that I was so honored, when I was working on my new album, Destiny, and I called you and I said, "Walter, please, could we work on a couple of tracks?" And you were so nice and so humble about it to be able to work together. But I want to talk about a story. I don't know if you even know this or not, but you did the vocals on one of my tracks, and you're not a singer.
I thought I had you sign a non-disclosure agreement about that.
And let me tell you, it was so amazing when we did that. But you remember we were talking about getting maybe Josh Groban, someone to sing, and then you wind up singing. It was just a demo.
What I've always done is I've always gone before it goes to the actual artist. I've always put a sort of a demo vocal, my own vocal on it. What happened was is when I sung that demo, unfortunately, it was liked by you. And
first my wife, when I took it home, she's like, "Who's this?" It's like, "Walter." What? No, but what you don't know, we were at Westlake Studios with Dave, right? This our engineer. And Michael Bolton was right across the way from us. Yeah. So he comes in because he knows Dave, and I got to meet him.
Sure.
And we were playing different tracks. We were mixing the record, and we played your vocals. And he didn't know. He's like, "Oh, who's this?" "Oh, well, yeah, this is Walter, but he's done the demo." He's like, "No, this sounds great, guys."
Who said that?
Michael.
Bolton?
You didn't know that. I've never told you this before.
No.
No. So Dave and I were at Westlake were mixing, and when Michael Bolton heard it, he's like, he
cool.
loved. And I was like, I look at Dave, I said, you know what, he's staying. This is it. So I want to thank you so much, Walter, for
my pleasure, Omar.
sitting here and dropping on you like this. But it was just such an amazing experience just to sit with you and hear so many great experiences that you've had, and just
Thank you so much, my friend.
thank you so much. I want to thank my friend Walter. Great seeing him. And if you guys like the show, please hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell. And I will see you on the next show.